We are back with Paul Sun Hyung Lee from Kim's Convenience. And what are we going to make today, Paul?
It's a traditional Korean dish called Kimchi Guk.
Kimchi Guk.
Which literally translated means kimchi soup. So it's Kimchi Guk. If I could get everybody to copy me.
Kimchi Guk.
That's right. So we're going to start here. This is a comfort food for me. Whenever I'm on the road, I make it. It's harder to get the ingredients than to actually make the dish. So give it a try.
Yeah, but I find it's only a few ingredients, so it's really important just to source the right ingredients, and then you've got something that smells and tastes incredible.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So we're going to start with the kimchi, right?
That's right.
And with the fermenting
2
liquid.
cups right there, and you can actually put all the juice in there.
All that juice in there.
Great.
Tons of flavor in here.
Yes.
I love this
It's
stuff.
an acquired.
Kimchi is so good for you, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's got all sorts of healing properties. It'll fortify your constitution. It's one of the national dishes of Korea.
Wow.
And they'll have it anytime, breakfast, dinner, lunch.
And Paul, it's fermented cabbage, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. There's actually over 100 different varieties of kimchi out there.
Wow.
And depending on what region of Korea you're in, either from the northern part of South Korea or the southern part, they all have their different styles and use different ingredients. This is Napa cabbage.
Great.
They use daikon. They use radishes, different styles. There's white kimchi.
Yeah.
It's great.
And do you make it at home? Do you make your own kimchi?
It's a really involved process for me. My mom used to make it all the time, and it was a big production because you don't just make a small tub of kimchi. This is a staple.
you make a
you make
lot.
big jugs. So she'd bring out the big tubs and just be at it all day.
And I heard that you have separate fridges.
Yes.
To hold
Yeah,
the kimchi?
yeah.
Is that true?
It is. It is. A lot of the houses in Korea, well, the ones that can afford it, have a separate fridge because it's temperature controlled in there. And kimchi is very pungent. I don't know if you guys can smell it,
Can you guys
but it's
smell
got a smell to it. It's an acquired taste,
Wow.
right? Thank you. When I was growing up, I hated the smell of kimchi because it was always like, oh, it's so Korean. But now we're embracing that.
You're
Right
embracing
here,
it. Yeah.
we're adding this is gochujang, which
This
is
is
a
a
red
super-
pepper paste.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a fermented red pepper paste. And again, this is another main ingredient for a lot of Korean dishes. It gives it a nice spice to your meal, and there's just
Here it
a
is
touch
here.
of sweetness too.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a fermented paste,
That's
right?
right.
It's
That's
delicious.
Right. We'll just mix that up.
It's almost like the
together.
new sriracha. Like it gives kick, but there's flavor. So it's like when sriracha was so cool a year or two ago. This is awesome in marinades and mayos.
Oh, absolutely. And the fun thing is, I mean, for everybody else, oh, this is new, but gochujang has been, I grew up with it, right? So it's nice to see people sort of discover it and say, hey, it's brand new, it's great.
Meanwhile,
Right?
it's been around for hundreds of years.
Yeah,
Right.
so it's great.
That's
So-
what I just said about Bewitched. Oh, it's so cool and new. Been around.
No.
There we go. And so I'm going to add, we have 5 cups of water here.
Now, this was really interesting to me, Paul, because this is a soup that doesn't have any stock.
That's
you were
right.
telling me that there's enough flavor in the kimchi and the gochujang to replace even a stock. So it's
That's
really
right.
a simple kind of dish.
It's so easy, and it takes about 30 minutes to make, really. And that's why I would make it when I'm on the road. And another thing is here, for the non-vegetarians, we're using right now, this is pork belly.
Yes.
But pork shoulder is great as well. You can see right here, it's the fat from the pork when you put it in and you bring this to a boil. It really brings out a lot of the flavor as well of the meats and gives it a nice sort of base to sort of build on. And
So you don't want to use like a leaner pork. You were telling me like pork tenderloin is no good for this recipe.
that's right.
You want a fatty.
You want the fats in there to really sort of bring out the flavor, to add to the flavors and the complexity to the soup.
Which is good because those are affordable cuts. The belly and the shoulder, those
right.
are really the
That's right.
affordable pieces of meat.
Yeah, and this is pork belly, which is great. I prefer pork shoulder just because it's got a better ratio of meat to fats.
Sure.
I prefer alcohol. So, question from the this is soju. This
Yes.
is. Tell us about soju.
Soju is like it's one of it's like a very popular drink in Korea, the most popular drink. It's kind of like vodka, but a little bit watered down. It's got 16%.
Hang on.
16% alcohol content.
We
We
heard the
have a
magic
show
word.
to do, Paul. All right,
And,
so is there a special way to pour it?
Oh, did you open it already?
Oh, no.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. There's a special way that you can do it. That's fine. Before we open it, generally what we do is you can put the cap back on.
Put it back, put it back, put it back, put it back.
Look away, Paul. Look away.
I see nothing. What are you doing? Faster, chop. What's going on here?
I'm
I've got
Jessi.
to bring
I
this
have a
up
question
to,
about alcohol.
You've got a bottle of soju, an
look at it.
unopened bottle of soju.
Unopened.
Did you know there's a special way of opening it?
I did not, Paul.
Okay. Well, this is what we do. You grab the bottle and you twirl it in your hand and create a little mini tornado in the center of it, just in the circular motion.
Okay.
You can get a whirlpool.
Yeah.
You see it?
I feel like we're both like, all right.
back.
Yes.
Is that-
Cool.
And what you do is you sort of hit the bottom. You go. You open up the top. There you go. You can hear the seal breaking.
Yes,
That's great.
broken seal.
That was very loud.
You flick the
Flick
head,
it?
there you go. And what that does is it's supposed to remove the impurities of the bottle as you open it.
That's a great ceremony of that. I'm
Just
gonna,
really-
I'm gonna do that with
Yeah, it's
vodka
fun.
next time.
And now, when you pour it, you always
us.
use 2 hands
2 hands to pour.
to pour, which is the polite
Look
thing.
at us lushes. We're
Okay.
ready.
That's
We're like,
tradition.
Ready to go.
you
This is,
go.
how much percentage is this again?
60%. So
Oh,
it's enough
my.
to get you buzz, but not enough to fill you up for when you eat your meal.
oh.
All
What is
right.
it made
Great.
with? Like, is it like
It's
a rice?
It's a rice-based, I
rice.
believe.
Is there anything that we say in Korean before we?
There's a couple of things you can say. You can say ganbae, which is a generic way of saying cheers.
Yeah,
There's
okay.
also, you could say fighting.
Yeah.
So you can say CBC, fighting.
All together now. 1, 2, 3. CBC fighting!
All right, there we
Great to
go.
enjoy.
See how it works in this kitchen? We do the work and they do the drinking. This is how it always goes. I don't understand. So, Paul, to finish off our recipe, so imagine
Yes.
this has been boiling away for about half an hour, you
Just
said?
half an hour. And what we do is
We
reduce
finish with the cubed.
Put the cube tofu in.
Yeah.
We'll
Holy
bring down the
smokes.
temperature. What is the?
Which one is it?
I need a designated driver
There we go.
to get home. Oh my
Got
god.
the tofu in.
Right at the end, the green onion.
And we'll cover it up. We'll let that simmer for another 10 minutes.
That's actually a really easy weeknight meal.
So simple. And you know, when it gets colder, it's lovely because what you can do is you add, you have your side dish of rice. You've got the different forms of banchan, which are on the table
Yeah.
there, which is
Which one
very
is that? This
traditional.
one?
Banchan it's a term
Stealing
for
some.
all the side dishes that you have.
Oh, okay.
So in Korean
yes.
culture, you have your main dish, which is a rice or a soup that you each have individually, and then you have the side dishes, and all the side, and that's at a Korean restaurant. The idea is the more banchan you have, the better the restaurant it is.
That's my
Oh,
life
great.
philosophy.
And they're all shared,
Yeah,
and you have a
more
different
punctual, the
variety of
better.
vegetarian and non-vegetarian. You have stir-fried, you have boiled, you have a different. It's a nice variety of,
This is
foods.
This is great. Well, thank you so much, Paul. I really appreciate you coming by. Guys, thank you, Paul. Do you love food? Do you love me? If you said yes to both of these things, you're in luck. And if you said yes to one of these things, shame on you. I'm adorable. Hit subscribe right now for new and exciting recipes, trends, and much more, especially from me.